4K video.
I can't do this voiceover anymore. It sounds ridiculous, but also...
it sounds kind of cool as well.
But yeah, back to the intro. The DJI Mini 2 is an incredible little drone. It weighs less than the magical 250 grams. It shoots 4K video and it is tiny. But with the release of the brand new DJI Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Cine and even the DJI Air 2S a few months ago, is the DJI Mini 2 still a good drone going forward into 2022? That's what we're going to have a look at in this video. Let's get into it. It is a lot windier than I first thought it was when I came out before, so not holding out much hope that we'll be able to get the drone very far, but we're going to give this a go because it's still a capable little drone. Liking the look of this said cloud. I think I'm gonna have to pack up and head home, unfortunately, but this is one thing that I do really love about flying drones, is it gets you out and about into the open in the fresh air. Now it's not a great drone flying day today because it is very windy, but I've got out, got fresh air, got some okay footage, maybe, hopefully, we'll see, but it's just good fun as well. And I've just seen a massive bird of prey. Now this is like the kind of geeky side of me coming out, but it was huge. I don't know what it was, like some sort of eagle. I wish I had my big zoom lens on here so I could have tried to attempt it in like some David Attenborough sort of, yeah. But anyway, it gets you out and about. I love it. Time to head home and we'll talk more about the Mini 2. I love this little thing. This is such a capable and impressive little device. It really is. I mean, considering how windy it was as well, the footage still looks really good. It is definitely very usable. Now occasionally you could see little bits where it was getting blown around a little bit because it probably was a little bit too windy to be flying this in. However, the footage still looks very usable. And I am very impressed with it as well, as I always am when I go out and fly this little drone. So going forward into 2022, why is the DJI Mini 2 still a great drone to buy? There are a few reasons, and I've just picked out 5 for this video, and I've kind of split them into 2 separate categories with practicality and more creative videography, photography reasons as well. So we're going to look at the practicality reasons first, and for me the main one, as a lot of the time is with this little drone, is the weight of it. Now this is probably one of the biggest selling points of this drone, because if you are interested in getting into flying drones, you will know that 250 grams is kind of the magic weight that a lot of countries have set to say anything under 250 grams, you don't need a license to fly it. Anything over 250 grams, you're going to need to pass a test or get a license. Here in England, you have to get the A2C of C, which stands for Certificate of Competence. Now you can fly a drone heavier than 250 grams without a license or without your A2C of C. However, you are limited to flying it well away from anyone or anything. However, with the Mini 2, because it is less than 250 grams, all you need to do is register it for £9 a year, and then you can fly it wherever you want as long as you are following the drone code. Now I'm not going to get into the drone code in this video because that's not what this video is about at all. There's loads of videos on that. However, what it basically means is keeping your drone within line of sight and making sure you're following the basic common sense rules and just being safe. Just don't be stupid with it. If you do all of that, you can fly this little drone pretty much wherever you want. And when you are filming YouTube videos, this is a massive positive because you just want to get the drone up in the air as quick as you possibly can, get the shot that you are trying to get and land it again without having to worry about any drone laws or where you can and can't fly this drone. With this drone, you pretty much don't need to worry about that. Now the size of this drone is also another massive positive. I think it pretty much speaks for itself really. It's called the Mini, it is mini. What more is there to say? It literally takes up barely any room in your camera bag. I think the remote is even a little bit bigger than the drone itself, which is a little bit crazy. But if you wanted, you could literally just stick this in your pocket of your coat, take it out when you want to get your shot, send your drone up, get the shot, land it, put it back in your pocket, head home, you've got your drone footage. I mean, what's not to like about that? Now let's move on to the camera and the video and photography side of things. And the first one is 4K video. And this is a big one. You see, 4K now is pretty much the standard across everything. Most TV shows are filmed in 4K. They might not be shown in 4K, but they are usually filmed in 4K. And a lot, if not most of YouTube stuff now is filmed in 4K because cameras are that much more capable than they were a few years ago when everything was 1080. Now when the first Mavic Mini was released a couple of years ago now, I think it was 2019, it filmed in 2.7K. So that was still fairly good. It's better than HD or 1080p. But 4K is a big jump, and even now it still looks great. Now yes, it is a fairly small sensor. In fact, it's a very small sensor, so you are going to need a lot of light to be able to get a good quality image from it. You're not going to get much good night drone photography or videos from this little thing. However, the 4K from it when you have plenty of light is really good. Now because the sensor is so small in this as well, you're not going to get the same amount of dynamic range as you would from a more expensive drone with a better camera, such as the DJI Air 2S, which has a full 1-inch sensor in it, or the brand new Mavic 3. The picture just looks insane in that. So you're not going to get that same dynamic range or any log profiles. However, for ease of use, you cannot complain about the quality of the image from this little drone. The DJI Mini 2 also takes really good photos. It does only have a 12 megapixel camera, which sounds in 2021 or going forward into 2022, it does sound like quite a small camera. However, megapixels aren't always everything. And even so, if you are shooting with the DJI Mini 2, usually it's going to be for YouTube or social media related content. And this it is perfect for that. You can also shoot in RAW. Now, for anyone taking photos, I would always shoot your pictures in RAW because they just give you so much more information in the image file for when you come to editing it, and it just makes everything so much better. You have so much room to maneuver your image when you are color grading it or giving it a different look. RAW helps with that hugely, so that is a massive bonus with the DJI Mini 2. And you also get to shoot in modes like AEB, and this with the click of one button takes 3 separate pictures, one for the shadows, the midtones and the highlights, and then when you get into your editing software you can merge these to create a HDR image and create even more dynamic range in the picture. So when you have such a small sensor in your drone, being able to have this feature makes a massive difference. And as you can see with this picture that I took while I was out and about this morning, picture quality is incredible, and that is all shot on this DJI Mini 2 in AEB mode. And it's hard to believe that pictures like that you can take on this little thing. I genuinely love it. Now, one final reason that this drone is perfect going forward even into 2022 is the time it takes you to unpack this drone, get it up in the air and get the shot you want. It is so quick. Now I guess this almost links in with the size of it because it is so small, as we mentioned before. However, you can literally unpack it from your bag, unfold it, connect it to your mobile phone and get it in the air pretty much within a minute of getting it out your bag. It is so easy, and it is incredible just to be able to get this up, flying around in the air and get some of those shots so quickly. Because 10 years ago, that would not have been possible, because these would have cost you thousands and thousands of pounds, or you would have had to rent a whole production company with people that were qualified to be able to fly big drones for you. So the fact that we even have these and can fit them in our pockets and in our camera bags and get them up in the air so quickly and take that quality of footage, mind-blowing. I completely forgot to mention as well that this DJI Mini 2 is a quarter of the price of the brand new Mavic 3. A quarter of the price. Now yes, they are completely different beasts and there's a lot more features on the Mavic 3 like active track that you get on the Air 2S, and it's going to have a better camera on it obviously. However, a quarter of the price. This is 500 quid, the Mavic 3 is 1,900 and the DJI Air 2S is about 900 almost. So this is so much cheaper than both of them, and yet you can still get some incredible stuff from it. I genuinely love it, I really do. And if you are making YouTube videos or you just want to take pictures for social media, I don't think you will be disappointed with this at all, even next year with the release of some more impressive drones as well. Now if you have the money, I probably would recommend going for a bigger and better drone if you can afford to get the license as well, but this just makes everything so easy, it really does. So there you go, there are a few reasons as to why the DJI Mini 2 will still be a great drone next year going forwards into 2022. Is there better drones out there? Of course there is. They're going to have more features on them such as active track and better cameras. However, if you're just doing YouTube and social media stuff, you're not really going to go wrong with this. So that's it for this video. If you like what you see on this channel, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click that little subscribe button just down below there and come and be a part of this community. And I shall see you all very soon in another video. I really cannot whistle. Genuinely cannot whistle. It's quite frustrating.